Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. As you're tuning in, be sure to hit that thumbs up. If you're a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. All right, before we jump into it, just a quick reminder of our disclaimer. Remember that day trading is risky business and a lot of people are having a tough time. So if you're going through the learning curve, take it slow. Utilize small size to ensure that your tuition to the market is low. No matter the industry, the field, the sector, the career, it takes time to become competent, and day trading is no different. Second, remember that the live streams and recaps are never a reason to copy trade. It takes it takes months, more commonly years, to become efficient. All right. Lastly, I do not invest for my subscribers. What that means is that I'll never message you first. All right. With that being said, let's talk about this 1K green day. We traded ticker symbol BMR and DDC. These were the top two symbols today. DDC, I will say, I undercapitalized on this one. Um, I started off the day very aggressive, very firm, but I was getting distracted. I had something going on, and it definitely took over my mind. This is not to make an excuse, but to just be transparent, right? Just to show you guys that you can be here in front of the screen, and something on the outside could be at your mind. And when that's the case, you got to pull away and remove yourself. If you're not 100%, it's hard to do. And I even caught myself over trading a little bit in the wrong areas. So I have to end the live stream and take a break. I needed to take a break is what I really needed to do. I needed 5-10 minutes to just clear my mind and get back to it. So DDC, I will say I did not perform to the best of my abilities, but even still, with that being said, we were able to end green on it. This thing, I said in the live stream, if we can get halted up, is where it can really pull away and extend, because it was grinding and we had small areas where we saw some extensions, but not enough to get into the halt. When we get halted up, the momentum and the volatility is so high, it's so strong. There's a lot of volume. It's the equivalent, if you ask me, to the opening of the day every time the stock is resumed. And if we could get that in the right area, we can see an extension. The stock can really squeeze and catch short sellers off guard. And when I came back, man, that's exactly what happened. So for the people who missed out the live stream today, for context, this thing started around 64 cents earlier this morning, and slowly pushed up, got all the way to 121, pulled back, right, lows here of 86, and then got back to high of day. Back over high of days where things really got interesting. Around 10:07, we pushed up to 130, to then 142. But as I mentioned, slow grind and grindy. We had a pullback here around 10:18, low of 24. Much better initially for longer holds. If you're down in these areas like this and you trust the setup and you're holding, this was pretty good. For me, I was watching at the stock at this time, but I was not super confident of the 5-minute setup holding because of how extended we were from the lows. 4 green candles going up. Didn't think this area here was going to hold. And so I wasn't super aggressive. And I should have been. We did pull back nicely into the previous highs. Previous resistance became support. You can't ever overlook this. This right here alone is so huge. Previous resistance became support. And we can put this one in a bit of a rectangular shape. And it curled up from 23. We got to 42, 33, then 43. We pulled back here, low of 27, and then it kind of started to open up a little more. We got 154 off of this move. Quick consolidation, so a lot of flags, right? You'll notice a lot of flags. Once the 1-minute candle didn't make the new high and we gained the volume, we pushed up to 64. False halt and rejection here, but it held up its levels. If we were to make a previous high over here, you'll see again the same thing. Resistance, resistance, and then support. You ask yourself, is this coincidence? I don't think this is coincidence. Well, maybe it is. Well, what am I trying to say here? Goodness. What I'm trying to say is that this is not by random. This is happening for a reason, right? People are recognizing these areas. And we held up, we pushed up, and then again, we held up, we pushed up, we were getting a few halts here, and we really extended and pulled away. Short sellers got caught off guard, in the Discord. I called out, hey, I think 250 is the next level, and so said, so done. Right up to 253. I did think there was a chance here for us to get back up again, but it wasn't quite the case. It tried over here, but essentially, you know, not quite a double top, but 240. And then that was it. But great stock. If I'm really on my game, I think another 1K right here, maybe 1200 to 1500 on the higher side. Because there were areas where you could have gotten caught if you weren't patient, especially if you got the fills on the ask. And that's what really got me. Um, so coming back to the other stock, BMR, and then we'll head out of here. BMR. This is the stock in mid-February that we did like 18,000 on. So we do have a pretty good history, but I did say, hey, today's today, mid-February was mid-February. I'm going to trade what I see in front of me and not have super high expectations or anything like that. So this one ended up, starting an after hour yesterday, around $4, pushed all the way up to 7, pulled back, and really continued to pull back into the open today. From 7 down to 5, and then finally bottomed, curled up to the VWAP area here, got above the level around 588, but didn't really hold up very well. We came right back down. The good thing was that we did hold up the lows around 520, and so we started to get this bit of an uptrend coming into the open, and this is what we were watching. So right before we got into the open, we had highs around 630, 625. And so it was like, hey, can we essentially get above this level and hold? But you can see a lot of times when we got up here, came back down. Got up here, came back down. Even right here, looked good. Retested the level, held. Right here, we were looking pretty decent. You can see we held up above that trend line. It pulled up, but then the pre-market high, man, was resistant. So this one was a tough one to trade, but ultimately it did have some range, and the first 1 minute was a little tricky to trade, but opportunity. This flag unfortunately didn't resolve higher. We went lower, but then this ended up giving us a bear flag, higher lows, and then the 1 minute candles made a new high. We pushed up. This then led to another flag here, right? You got the flagpole, and then you're coming across like that, right? So we held up our levels here. This thing gave a wicked, crazy move, but then false breakout immediately. Once this 1 minute candle made the new high, this thing ripped up, man. But like 2 seconds later, it's back down. I mean, just a rough one in there if you didn't sell soon or if you bought late and got filled high. Sometimes it's so tricky, man. And this is why every day we say it's like a tightrope walk. Sometimes the milliseconds can make the difference, man. And the one good thing is that it was being resilient, right? So we came back up as mentioned. We held up the trend line this time right here, and it tried again. We got a good push. At this time, we essentially had high of day around 640, 650. So when we got through 650 right here, we got 68. We thought it was looking good to continue slowly and uptrend like that, perhaps testing 7 at the after hour highs, but that was not the case, man. That was not the case. This thing, unfortunately, the moment it got up there, we saw some bigger red candles, and it was right back down. And look at this sell-off. This right here is a good reminder. Even if you're watching this and you think, okay, we can pull back, flag, and again, then get this kind of like follow through that we saw here. Maybe go something like this, right, to the upside. It's why if we're long and as this red candle is coming down, maybe buying into this previous high right here on this candle, like right there. If I'm buying right in this area, right, this is why it's so important to cut the loss, because when they don't stop, man, it's all the way down till what, 590. And then if I didn't sell here and I was hoping this thing would come back up before I could get out, look at what's going to happen. Another downtrend, and just like that, you got to cut the losses, guys. Let's not play ourselves here, right? And I'm saying that a little aggressively because the risk is real, man. We can't afford to get caught. All right, so that was the day. The other two stocks, smaller losses. I mean, we probably could have avoided trading them, but XTIA, we thought there might have been something. We tried for a dip, it was no good. GDHG, a little more disappointing. Cheaper stock, tried for trades, but just didn't have the volatility and the upside potential we wanted to see. So that was the day. Green 1K. It's a nice day. We'll take it any day of the week, any time of the year. But we were looking forward to some more momentum like MLGO, man. We need a couple more stocks like that to really see some sweet, sweet days. So hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Check out those links down below. Guys, we're going to be spinning the wheel on Friday to determine the next winner. All right? Spin the wheel. Spin. Yeah, we're going to be determining the next MMU winner for the team house trip. And take a look at how huge and massive this wheel is. All the names are on here. We're still watching to see if there's anybody, you know, buying the classes over these next couple of days. But for the most part, almost all the names are in. A few people did ask for their names to be removed who couldn't make it or for other reasons. So I mean, this is gonna be insane, man. Huge wheel. But yeah, you know, check out the classes. This is one of the benefits and the pros, right? When it comes to sweepstakes, there's so many different pros when it comes to being a student. You know, we do have a full-on program here. Our curriculum is available on the website. Our A to Z curriculum, which goes from zero to advanced, and it's easy to digest. It's progressive. On top of that, we offer one-on-one mentorships, uh, weekly Q&As, you know, low latency streaming via our chat room, right? On top of that, free chat room access throughout your subscription, our live trading archives, which is the raw footage of our trading, including all of our instruments, which would be this screen right here. So you guys will be able to see our level twos. And these recordings are uploaded later into the day. All right. So you guys can, you know, check it out if you're interested in this style of trade. You know, we do hyper scalp. We take hundreds of trades within one day, and we look to make a couple cents at a time over and over. And that's how we really get it done. All right. So check it out. Check it out. Other than that, check out the Discord, guys. For those of you who are a little bit more experienced, who maybe you're not really, you know, interested in taking the classes, check out the chat room. The chat room is here for those of you who are on that side of things. We have over 7,000 people here, and you know, the good thing about this chat room is that we do have certain filter systems, and so you know, throughout those 7,000 people, not every single one of them is in the chat because it gets so noisy. We have to start cutting it down to separate the people who are really serious. And so we have a strong core, man. We have a strong core. You guys can come check out the trading floor. You know, you can check out the profit loss section, see what's going on, see how traders are doing. We post everything, red and green. You know, Glumpford, shout out to guys like this who are keeping it real, right? We're posting red and green. Mozo showing that he had a day where he went from red to green, not just showing only green. So this is what we like to see from the team. You know, and even guys like this who are warrior traders, we welcome them to hang out. And you know, it's all love, man. You guys know how we are over here. Mozo, a warrior trader, so shout out to Mozo coming in the chat, hanging out for a couple minutes today. Danny P, awesome trader. You know, so many people, guys. Bugsy, Small Red Day, Triad, Small Red today, one of the moderators and mentors. So, you know, we come, we hang out, we share. You know, Green Dream, one of the students here, doing really well. Tim, nice day. I mean, the list goes on. Cactus, I mean, the list goes on and on. Jessica, shout out to Jessica. Save, one of the team house members. Marcelo, one of the other mentors. Red today trading Tesla, but he'll bounce back. 6K loss for him is like a slap on the wrist. You know, those guys are pushing millions of dollars, man. It's really impressive to see. Plato, I mean, this is what we love to see. Mr. Man in the sim. And shout out to Mr. Man for being so disciplined here over the years. Well, let's say over the months, rather. Utilizing the simulator, practicing. Menti, Dynasty. Smaller days there. Lucas, down 1,600, but has been doing super well. So small loss to him for the green days he's been seeing. Oh, really good here, man. Lagom, way to go. But yeah, you guys get the point. You can check out the Discord. There are two options to join. But the recommended option is, of course, the elite member role, where you'll have full access, excluding the MMU chats, but you'll have full access to the trading floor, and you'll be able to participate. All right, so check it out. With that being said, stay safe, stay green. Momo Pro is the only other link that I do have here. You guys can check this one out as well. Momo Pro, this is the scanning software that I use every day to get my watch list. All right, so shout out to Momo Pro, coupon code Relentless for 25% off for 6 months if you guys are interested here. All right, stay safe, stay green. It's been RT, and I am, of course, signing out.